Welcome back to Coin Collector Hub, your go-to spot for uncovering rare gems and hidden treasures in the world of numismatics. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic yet underestimated coins in U.S. history, the 1965 Liberty Roosevelt one dime. You heard that right, a small coin with a big story, a legacy, and a market value that could reach up to $4,878 under the right conditions. So buckle up, and let's take a trip through time, value, and treasure hunting. To understand the significance of the 1965 Roosevelt dime, we first need to rewind the clock to a crucial turning point in American coinage history. After the tragic passing of President Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1945, the United States Mint decided to honor his legacy by replacing the Mercury dime with a design bearing Roosevelt's image. It was a fitting tribute. Not only was Roosevelt a revered leader during World War II, but he was also a central figure in the founding of the March of Dimes campaign, aimed at defeating polio. The Roosevelt dime made its debut in 1946, designed by John R. Sinek, and it carried a powerful symbol of leadership, unity, and determination. Now, fast forward to 1965, a year that forever changed the composition and value of U.S. coins. Amid a national coin shortage and skyrocketing silver prices, the U.S. Mint made a bold decision. It removed 90% silver content from the dime, quarter, and half-dollar coins. This meant the 1965 Roosevelt dime would be the first dime struck in the new clad composition, a copper core sandwiched between layers of cupronickel. It marked the end of the silver era in everyday U.S. currency. Although this decision was made for practical economic reasons, it had a monumental impact on the world of coin collecting. And that's where the 1965 Roosevelt dime becomes a coin of high intrigue and hidden value. Let's take a moment to admire the design. On the obverse, we see a left-facing portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, detailed, sharp, and proud. The word Liberty stands tall on the left, while In God We Trust, and the date, 1965, rest at the bottom. Flip it over to the reverse, and you'll see a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols of freedom, peace, and strength. They're flanked by the inscriptions, United States of America, and one dime. The motto, E pluribus unum, Latin for, out of many, one, reminds us of unity in diversity. This simple yet dignified design has stood the test of time and remains largely unchanged even today. Now, let's talk about what's on everyone's mind, the value. Most 1965 Roosevelt dimes are considered common. They were minted in massive quantities, over 1.6 billion were produced at the Philadelphia Mint. But don't be fooled, within that enormous number lies a few hidden rarities worth serious money. Here's the twist, some transitional errors occurred in 1965. A very small number of Roosevelt dimes from that year were accidentally struck on the older 90% silver planchets, left over from 1964. These silver 1965 dimes are extremely rare, and collectors are willing to pay thousands, yes, even up to $4,878 or more, for a verified example. Additionally, the condition of the coin matters a great deal. A 1965 dime in circulation may only be worth its face value of 10 cents, but in uncirculated or mint state condition, say MS-65 and above, the coin's value jumps dramatically. Circulated, 10 cents, $1.00 uncirculated $2, $10 mint state $15, $100 proof-like/deep mirror finish or error coins, $500. $4,878 plus. It's these high-grade examples, especially those struck with errors or on silver planchets, that fetch the big bucks in the collector's market. If you're lucky enough to come across one of the 1965 Roosevelt dimes struck on a silver planchet, you could be sitting on a gold mine, or shall we say, a silver mine. Other valuable error types include off-center strikes, double die obverse or reverses, clipped planchets, wrong planchet errors. A verified silver planchet 1965 dime sold at auction for over $9,000. And some collectors today estimate examples in great condition to be worth as much as $4,878 depending on rarity, demand, and provenance. Want to know if your 1965 dime is worth thousands? Here's what to look for. Weight, standard 1965 clad dime equals 2.27 grams, 90% silver dime equals 2.50 grams. Use a precise scale. If it weighs closer to 2.50 grams, it may be silver. Edge check. Clad dimes have a copper-colored stripe on the edge, silver dimes have a solid silver edge, luster and detail. High-grade uncirculated coins should shine brightly and have sharp features. Look for clean, crisp lines on Roosevelt's face and the torch on the reverse. Certification. If you suspect a rare variety, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. That a certified coin with a high grade and error variety is what turns a 10-cent coin into a $4,878 jackpot. The market for the 1965 Roosevelt dime is hotter than ever. Collectors are constantly seeking out error coins, transitional pieces, and high-grade examples to complete their collections. Even though these dimes were minted by the billions, it's the rare anomalies, the ones struck in error or preserved in mint state, that stand out and attract big money. Auctions on platforms like Heritage Auctions, eBay, and Great Collections have seen bids climb into the thousands for the right coin. And get this, with the increasing interest in coin collecting, thanks to TikTok, YouTube, and online marketplaces, more and more people are discovering rare coins in their pocket change. You might be next. So there you have it, treasure hunters. The 1965 Liberty Roosevelt 1 dime, a coin that not only marked a turning point in U.S. coinage but could also bring a hefty payday if you've got the right one. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, keep your eyes peeled. That humble little dime in your change could be hiding a secret worth up to $4,878, or more. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more awesome coin content, and drop a comment below if you found a 1965 dime or want help identifying your coin. This is Coin Collector Hub, where every coin has a story, and some might just make you rich. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting. Today, we're going deep into the world of dimes, specifically, the legendary 2005 P. Liberty Roosevelt 1 dime. Is it just a tiny coin in your pocket, or a hidden gem worth a massive $4,878? Let's find out. Before we get into the 2005 P dime specifically, let's rewind the clock to understand the origins of this iconic coin. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. But there's another reason why Roosevelt was chosen for the dime. He had a deeply personal connection to the disease polio, and in 1938 he founded the March of Dimes campaign to fight it. So it was only fitting that when he passed away, the U.S. Mint honored him by placing his image on the 10-cent coin. Designed by John R. Sinek, the Roosevelt dime replaced the beloved winged Liberty head which had been in circulation since 1916. Sinek's design was intended to be simple, elegant, and modern, featuring Roosevelt's left-facing profile on the obverse, and a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch on the reverse, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. Now fast forward to 2005, a year that saw over 1.4 billion Roosevelt dimes minted at the Philadelphia Mint, denoted by the P mint mark. While most of these coins are considered common, some of them, especially those in pristine condition or with rare errors, have become highly sought after. Let's break down the design. Portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt inscriptions, Liberty, In God We Trust, the year 2005, and the mint mark, P. Designer's initials J subtly placed at the base of the neck. A lit torch in the center representing liberty, an olive branch on the left, symbolizing peace, an oak branch on the right, symbolizing strength and independence. Inscriptions, United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1 dime, though it's only 17.91 millimeters in diameter and weighs 2.27 grams, this little dime packs a powerful legacy and a surprising punch when it comes to collector value. Market demand, 6:01. So what makes the 2005 P. Roosevelt dime so special and potentially worth $4,878? Here are the main factors that can drive up its value. 1. Mint errors and variants. Some of the most valuable coins are those that contain errors, yes, mistakes. A few 2005 P dimes have been discovered with striking errors, such as off-center strikes, double die obverse or reverse clipped planchets, die cracks or cuds. These rare flaws make a coin highly desirable. In recent auctions, error dimes from this year have sold for hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on the type and condition. Point 2. Condition/grade. Grading is everything in numismatics. A 2005 P dime in circulated condition might be worth just face value. But one in mint state, especially with a full torch designation, can fetch serious money. Coins with the full bands or full torch grading mean the horizontal lines on the torch are fully struck, an indicator of a sharp, high-quality strike. Only a tiny percentage of dimes come this crisp from the mint, making them extremely rare. 3. Population reports if only a handful of these dimes exist in top-tier condition with error varieties or FT grading, demand skyrockets. Collectors are always willing to pay a premium for rarity. That's where we get the astonishing value of up to $4,878. And if you're wondering, yes, coins have sold for similar prices. In some cases, high-grade 2005 P Roosevelt dimes with full torch designation certified by PCGS or NGC have auctioned for between $2,000 to nearly $5,000. The market for modern-era coins has grown significantly over the past decade. As more collectors enter the scene, especially younger numismatists, the demand for high-quality Roosevelt dimes continues to surge. Collectors are especially interested in building date and mint mark sets of Roosevelt dimes, finding hidden gems in circulation grading, and selling top-quality coins for profit. Here's what the current market landscape looks like for the 2005 P dime. Circulated examples. Still worth 10 cents unless error or unique toning is present. Uncirculated MS 65 to MS 67, typically worth $1 to $1.25. MS 68 full torch examples range from $200 to $1,000 plus. Rare errors in top grade may sell for $1,500 to $4,878 or more, depending on certification and demand. If you have a 2005 P dime in your pocket change or coin jar, take a closer look. That little piece of metal could be worth more than you ever imagined. Want to know if your dime is one of the lucky ones? Here's a quick guide. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect the torch for full torch lines. Look for doubling in the lettering or date. Check for clipped planchets or off-center strikes. Submit the coin to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Compare recent auction sales on sites like Heritage Auctions, eBay, or Great Collections. Even if you don't find a gem immediately, it's still a thrilling and rewarding journey. And every coin has a story. So there you have it, the story of the 2005 P Liberty Roosevelt 1 dime. A coin that's rich in history, small in size, but can be huge in value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always keep an eye on your change. That one dime could be worth a whopping $4,878. Got a 2005 P dime in your collection? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the world of rare coins. This is Coin Collector Hub, where change matters.